From body language, this girl don't like this boy. You're not a man. You are a boy. It's like, this girl is just laggy. She's just Hi people, welcome. If it's your first time, I'm Talia Adewale, and this is DISBYDEM. We're going to be doing episode 5 of Better Late Than Single. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave your comments, because this has been really good. Let's get into it. So the episode starts off with Sang-ho, Jaehyun, and Song-lee in a room, and they're talking. And it looks like Sang-ho is interested in Jisoo now, all of a sudden, again. Well, not really all of a sudden. I'll give him credit. He is more interested in Jisoo than he is Miji now. And what's his name? Song-lee keeps talking about, oh, the competition is on, the war is on. He's very competitive. We saw it at the bowling alley, so honestly, I wasn't surprised, but I was a little bit, especially with the events that went on later on in the episode. Do and Eun-ji are talking. Guys, I know I said it was a reset for me in the last episode, but this girl consistently makes me want to dislike her in the context of the show, guys. Because we can break it down. We can actually break it down to see how many lies this girl told within a 1 hour frame. If you guys watch my heart peering reactions, Do is giving me her new vibes, in not that they are the same, not that the personalities are the same, but in the context of how it's a love-hate relationship for me. So Do tells Yeon-mi, there's something I want to tell you. I'm phrasing it word for word, guys, because I don't want anybody to call me crazy. I don't want y'all to call me crazy, because I'm sitting there going, but you lied. She says, there's something I want to tell you. And then she goes ahead to say that Jung-mook chose her for her first impression and that he said that he wants to go on a date with her. That one is paraphrasing. But the main sentence is, there is something I want to tell you. Then in her one-on-one, she said she accidentally told Yeon-myung that Jung-mook chose her. Guys, I lost my shit. Lost it. Because this girl lied. And then all of a sudden, when she sees how Yeon-myung reacts, they're not even friends. They're not roommates. Why were they even talking? I'm sorry. God. When she sees how Yeon-myung reacts, she's like, oh my God, she thinks she made a mistake. And then she goes off to Jung-mook and she tells him that she had told somebody else about the first impression choice. Now, this is what I analyzed, because I watched this again this morning because I was like, maybe I was tripping. Maybe it was me. Watch it again and be sure. She did that because she knows that Yeon-myung likes Jung-mook. Do is marking her territory. She's doing it in this sly way that we know girls can do. Boys can too. There was one boy in Love Island, Australia that was full on shysty. The guy that ended up with Lucinda. If you guys watched it, Love Island, Australia, I think season 4, I can't remember. The boy that ended up with Lucinda threw a ton of people under the bridge and lied to her. This is what Do is doing. She's marking her territory. She told Yeon-myung because she knows Yeon-myung really likes Jung-mook, and Yeon-myung is the only one who hasn't even had a chance to spend with Jung-mook. She's eliminating competition. Then she goes off to tell Jung-mook what happened to see his reaction. Now, unfortunately for Yeon-myung, it didn't turn out well for her. It turned out very well for Do. Jung-mook could care. He could give a fuck. Oh my God. Because after she told him what happened, he's like, hold on. And he goes inside. And I knew that he was going to go and get a letter for Do. And he presents it to Do. I don't know. That whole thing kind of rubbed me the wrong way again, guys. Do is on my shit list. Like I said, I did say it was a reset last episode. But I also said that I don't think I will like her by the end of it. Because I can see the tendencies. I've had friends like this. I know the signs. I just know the signs. Do is tapped. I'm just gonna put it out there now. Then I think they're talking outside and it's a little too cold, so he invites her into his room. From body language, this girl don't like this boy. Do you remember the comfort me she was giving Song-lee in the caravan the night before? Caravan. You remember, guys? She doesn't like Jung-mook. She doesn't. But because he is giving her the attention and that's what she wants, she will stay there. And then I got my husband on this show, guys. He was reacting to it yesterday, and I'll put the reactions on Patreon. They'll probably be free because I'll cut them just like for the main parts. So they'll most likely be free. I was rewatching it, and this Do chose Jung-mook as her first impression. She did. I know I said it yesterday, but it didn't really click. It didn't click in my head because I'm so hyper focused on a lot of things in this show. She did. So initially there was attraction there, and then why was she not acting surprised yesterday? Why was she acting surprised yesterday that, oh, she didn't know what, she can't believe that he chose her. You chose him! Oh my god, she got me so angry this episode. She got me so heated. So it's now day 4. I think it's 4 out of 7. I feel like, because Hannah kept saying things when they come to day 7, when they choose their final choices or whatever. So it's usually 7 days. So day 4, Jisoo fan club assembles. That's what the host called them. It was Sungli, Sangho, and Eun-ji. Eun-ji had overheard the night before that when Jisoo said that 3 guys who she was checking for. So he basically come to test the waters this morning with the rest of the guys, but none of them were biting. None of them were biting. Like, I think, unfortunately, he got stuck with Sungli in the room, and Sungli would not give him any information. So after a while, he leaves, and then Sangho comes back, because Sangho had to take a phone call or something like that. Sangho comes back, and Sungli is like, he knows, Hyun-kyu knows that he has competition. He keeps saying competition. I get it. In a way, this is a competition, but it's more about love than competing. So he's just so hyper focused on competition, and it comes back to bite him in the ass soon enough. So he and Sangho are just talking, and Sangho is like, yeah, that no, Sungli was like, yeah, Hyun-kyu is ahead right now, but he knows that there's competition, and he's still, I don't know. It was just, it didn't feel like grown-up talk to me. So I kind of mentally checked out of the situation. You get a text that the library will be open for 1 hour. Each person will get 5 minutes at a time, 1 person at a time. When you break it down, it means everybody gets 5 minutes. Jae-kyun was first in, and he read Yeon-myung's diary. Yeon-myung then gets a personal letter, and we see that it's from Jae-hyun. She guesses that it's from Jae-hyun, but she doesn't obviously seem excited, which is, again, rewatching episode 1 with my husband, for me, really does bring up a lot of things. I was talking to them about how Yeon-myung just decided to shut that door on Jae-hyun, and I was like, you know what? I get it that you're supposed to explore, because that's the whole concept of this thing. You date around and you decide. But she hasn't even given him a chance, knowing fully well you don't have to meet Jae-hyun to know that he is extremely shy. Like, he like, you don't have to, you can just tell. So the fact that she's not even giving him grace, saying, okay, maybe he's shy, he'll come around, I'll still leave him on the list while I try and explore Jeonmuk. No, she kind of just shut that door on Jae-hyun, and now is exploring somebody that doesn't even see her. I thought that it was stupid, but then again, later daters. It is what it is. I'm calling them later daters, but that means something else. That was a different show. That's in their 5th, I'm kidding. Never daters is what I should be calling them. So we see Jeonmuk, and he reads Do's diary. Jiyeon reads Jaehyun's diary. Hyun-kyu, Sangho, and Sungli all read Jisoo's diary. They don't really show the remaining 2. I'm not sure why they're kind of like sidelining the new bombshells. It's like, what was the point then? Jeonmuk then gets a personal letter, and it's from Yeon-myung. He opens it in front of Jaehyun, and he's conflicted. He doesn't know if he should tell him or not, because he knows that Jaehyun likes Yeon-myung, right? Jeonmuk does not see anybody except Do, and I feel like he's doing himself a disservice. I really do. I don't think Do likes him. I think she will stay there just because she wants to be chosen, and he gives her everything that she wants in this point in time. But she don't like this man. She don't like this man. Prove me wrong, guys. Comments. Maybe there's things that I'm missing because she keeps pissing me off in every episode. But prove me wrong. Do you think she likes him? Do you think she truly likes him? Remember the scenario in the caravan?
This caravan.
And how with Jeonmuk. There has not been one comfort me eye. Not even a slight eye. All she keeps looking at him is like, oh, he's an opportunity for me to get chosen. That's what I see. But I will step off it. Do then tells Jiyeon that she might be into Jeonmuk. She explained that he'd been caring for her at one point. This man has been caring for her since day 1. But she's now only realizing it in this episode. So it's now guys' choice, and it's going to be a punch machine. I was like, these people are mean. They're mean. They gave the girls claw. They gave the men punch. Kai, no. Honestly, I feel bad for the guys in this episode, because I'm not going to go into it. I'm not a guy, so I'm not going to speak for them. Everybody was saying it's a game for Sungli, and he too came out knowing that it was a game for him. He both impressed me and disappointed me in this episode. We'll get there. We will get there. First to go was Hyunkyu, and he got 889. I was very impressed. 889 is solid. I did not expect that from him. He looks like he could go with the wind. So I did not expect that from him. Next was Song Lee, and he got 916. Sang-ho got 859. Sang-ho scored less than Hyunkyu. Are you not embarrassed? I'm sorry. I didn't even mind that he scored less. Form was off or whatever. But it's the immediate torrent of excuses that came out of his mouth after he saw his score. I was like, you're not a man. You are a boy. I should not be on this show. Jaehyun scored 852. I was actually impressed for him. Songchan was 837. I was like, you know what? I'm shocked. But then I remember he's a surgeon. He's got to protect those digits. And then John Mook scored 889. So Songli is first, obviously, and he picks Jisoo. In Jisoo's 101, she said that she wanted to go out with Songli. Valid, he showed interest. She's been on a date with the other two, so of course, go on a date with the third. Valid. I wasn't even bothered about it. Especially now that I know that all the guys know that she's interested in 3 guys. She's being honest about it, so I'm going to back off my girl, guys. I'm going to back off my girl. She's being honest about it. I can respect that. Hyunkyu chose Yeomyung. And I'm like, why? He did say that he had 2 choices, 2 people he was interested in the night before. But they never tell us who the second person is. And I don't think that it was Yeomyung. So why choose her? And she was also questioning the decision. And then she realizes that it's because she's Jisoo's roommate and he probably wants to pump her for information. And I don't think that's right. I don't. Because he only thought about himself in this scenario. If she's not one of the 2 that he initially had an interest in. If she wasn't, it's unfair to her because she also had people that she might have wanted to pick her as well. She wasn't getting her choice. But at least Jaehyun was there and Jaehyun was in the wind waiting for an opportunity to go out with her too. I don't know. I thought it was selfish of Hyunkyu, but everybody's out for themselves, so it is what it is. Jungkook picks Do. And Minong was devastated. Minong and Yeomyung obviously devastated. More Minong because Yeomyung had already been chosen. And then Minong says that she calls herself a total loser, and I hated that. I didn't like that for her. Minong is my brother's favorite. She's actually honestly tied with Jisoo for me. I just think that she's very cool. I like the way she reacts so far. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, she called herself a total loser, and I hated that for her. I was like, you're not a total loser. If anything, Jungkook is. In the context of this, guys, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying that he's so hyper-focused on one person that he hasn't even considered the others. But I get it. In the game of love, people like who they like, and it is what it is. Sang-hope chooses Miji, and she looked worried. This girl's facial expressions get me every time. She looked like dun dun dun. I didn't understand it. I was very, very confused. Jaehyun then malfunctions again in the worst way possible. I was screaming. I was dying, guys. He goes and he's like, oh, tries to give it to Miji, and they're like, no overlap. And then he's like, oh, who needs one? It's the who needs one. He wasn't even cognizant of what was happening, so he didn't know who was available for him to choose. Lord have mercy, Jaehyun. Poor boy. I felt bad for him, but I felt worse for the girls. Because Jiyeon was one of the 2 people left. It was Jiyeon and Minong. He ends up giving it to Jiyeon, but she was not impressed. As secondhand embarrassment. I wanted to crawl into my own shell and just stay there for a few weeks. Let's just hibernate and leave the world to its devices for a bit. No, I felt so bad just watching all of that. And of course, Songchan and Minong were defaulted together. And then surprise, surprise, it's a double date, and the activity is the women's choice. This was another place where I caught I caught Do in another lie. So before they show us the people that they're actually choosing, they had already talked between themselves. A lot of them were choosing based on, some of the women were choosing based on what they want, while other women were choosing based on what their dates, the date that they would actually be on would choose. So somebody like Jisoo and Songli now, or was it Jisoo and Songli? No. Do and Jamok, whatever they were gonna do, Yeon was trying to get in on that. That way she gets interactions with Yeon. I don't know. I'm not sure. God, I'm not sure how that made. How do I put this nicely? I don't know how that made sense to her, considering that we've watched so many shows. We're going on a double date with somebody that you like, who's in the other couple. Never works out. First of all, it's a lot of heartache. It's you watching them. You don't get to interact with them as much as you like. It just doesn't work. But, she hasn't had a chance to talk to this guy yet, so I guess she's getting desperate. So, during that whole mishmash and everything, Do said that she really wanted to go bowling. She said it so much that Do is sneaky shiesty because they'd already agreed that they were going to do it together. She and Yeon. When it now comes time, Jisoo chooses Macaulay. Yeon chooses bowling to be with Jamok. She went first. Do then says, "Oh my god, but we can do bowling anytime." I was like, "You bitch." You fucking bitch. And she was torn between ATV and bowling. I was like, you bitch, you guys literally just agreed. I was so mad. She did end up going with bowling. And later on, she's like, oh my god, bowling is something that I've always wanted to do in a double date. I was like, this girl is just laggy. She's just I need to calm down. Give me a second. God damn, she got me so mad. She got me so freaking mad. She got me so mad. Please. Let me know if I'm wrong. Because if I am, I need to just squash it now and bury it. Let me know in the comment section if you're picking up on all these little things that she was doing. Because my god. Anyways, in the end, she does choose bowling. Miji chooses Macaulay. Jiyeon chooses ATV. Minong chooses ATV. At the double date reenaction between Card Garden and Eun-ji was hilarious. It had me laughing my head off. The only time that I smiled at Card Garden, guys. Even my brother called out Card Garden in that first episode where he was telling Sang-ho to go and lose weight. He was like, how can you be so rude? I said, thank you. Because I thought I was losing my mind. Jiyeon is then venting to Do, and she's really angry about the whole situation, what happened during the brain malfunction of Jaeyoon. She's like, if he had just, walked up to her and given it to her, it would have been a different scenario. But the fact that he had to say who's left, who needs one, it meant that it wasn't even that big a deal for him. She just felt really embarrassed by it, and she wasn't very happy. I wouldn't either. And Do was really egging her on too. She was just being a friend, I get it. But they weren't wrong. Jaeyoon messed up in that situation. So we see the dates, and the Macaulay date is first. We got Sang-ho, Miji, and then Seungri and Jisoo. Seungri keeps roasting Sang-ho. First, he does it with the driving, then he does it with the game. Like, the driving one time was enough, but he kept poking, and I'm like, oh, I see what's happening here. You are the male version of Dope. Here I go again! No, but that's what he was doing. He was trying to tear down his competition in the eyes of the girl that he likes. He was trying to seem more manly to Jisoo than Sang-ho, so he stands out more. And I'm like, there are honestly better ways. So many more ways that you could run this play right now. But this was he had set the tone for the entire date, and it only got worse as the date went on. During the apron situation, so I thought that they would repeat that whole thing where it would be the most unromantic. Because this show has had the most unromantic apron putting on of any of the shows that I've ever watched. But Jisoo helps Seungri, and then Sang-ho is trying to figure out it's just not working. Jisoo was about to go, and then Seungri slid in there and was like, let me help you. I thought that was smart. This was one of the places where Seungri impressed me. It's like, no, my girl's not going near you kind of situation. And I respected that. I actually did respect that play. Then it turns into a swinging dick competition between the boys because they're both trying to out-drink each other. Seungri started it. Seungri got competitive, and Sang-ho had to pick up the baton. He didn't. He really did not. But it kind of showed their true colors. None of this boy. At this point in time, my own guess was she should pick Hyun-kyu. At that very point in time when they were doing the drinking competition, Seungri got so red. So red. I was like, enough. It's so unattractive. You're supposed to be there connecting to your dates. not getting into a competition with the other guy, especially when you know this is like a first date scenario. You guys don't really know each other like that. If you've been seasoned friends and you're getting into a competition, that's all fine and good. If I right now, my husband go out with our close friends and my husband and him get into a drinking competition, that's fine. We've known each other 5 years. It's all good, you know. We're seasoned in our friendship. If it was a first date and the guy is having competitions with other guys and you know focused on them, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm walking out the door because this is not what I came here for. Jisoo was even like, "What are we doing? Like, is it? Do we have to make this into a competition?" At one point, she had to say, "Stop doing that." He didn't learn. Oh. What's his name? Songli didn't stop, but I was just like, God, just stop it. It's not attractive. When they now finished making the makgeolli, when they were entering the car, Songli was like, "Was that fun for you?" Eun-ji lost her mind. I love this girl. I think she is my favorite host. All of them, out of all the mentors, she lost her ever-loving mind. And I was right there with her. I was like, what kind of stupid question is that? You can just tell that he's drunk. What kind of stupid question is that? Did the girl look like she was having fun? Did you even stop to talk to her for 1 second? How will you know? Like, oh my God, it was so annoying. They then get to eat separately, so they do have one-on-one time in their couples. She tells him her mind. I didn't doubt that she would. I was so proud of her. She literally said that wasn't fun. That annoyed me a little bit. It became a pissing competition between you and Sang-ho when you were supposed to be, you know, there with me. He explains that it's because he knows that Sang-ho is one of his competitors. This was another time where he impressed me. He was very concise and like direct with his explanation, and he just told her point blank. He even said, "Oh, I went a bit too far." It was impressive. Do I think it changes the whole context of the man versus the boy thing for me? No. Here's the thing, between the three guys, I think Songli is well suited to her based on the kind of man that she wants. She wants a direct man who will tell her, you know, how he's feeling when he's feeling. Songli is perfect. He fits that description. However, I think that he will fuck it up himself because I don't know. I feel like there's some, I don't know what it is. Even in his one-on-one, he was saying that if there's a girl that he likes, he's confident that he can win her over from the other guy. And they said, "Have you done that before?" He said, "No, that is just a fantasy of his." So right now, you can just tell that he's playing out this fantasy where he has to win. And that's what is driving him. And I don't know if that leads to a long-lasting relationship or even a relationship to start. But personally, I do think he's most well-suited to her than the other three guys. If I were to choose, I would choose Hyun-kyu because I think he can be man. I think he has his own, you know, risky sides. He does bartending on the side for God's sake. So I feel like he has his own sides. It's just that he's not confident enough to be as assertive as what she's looking for. So Songli fits the bill a little better, but he will not be my first choice for her. He does own up to all the things though, and they kind of squash it there. She's like, okay, fine. Next time, try and get my attention, not Sang-ho's attention, because it's me that you said that you're interested in. She was very direct. I loved it. We then see that his Cupid was Carl the Garden, and I was like, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Moving on. As soon as I saw that his Cupid was Carl the Garden, I moved on. I was like, close the situation now. She does ask him if he's planning to look around, you know, because several girls are interested in him. I thought it was only Do at one point that was interested in him. He says no, he doesn't need to. And asks if she has, you know, narrowed down her decision a little bit. And she says no, that she's still really stuck on the three guys, that they're all so different and she's trying to figure it out. At first, I wanted to side her, but considering how honest she's being and considering that this is the process of the show, I respect it. I just hope that she doesn't, you know, string them on for too long, because having three guys on your tail means that three girls are getting no action, and that's kind of unfair. But I get it. 7 days, it's a short time. You are trying to figure it out for yourself and you're trying to make the best decision for yourself. Then we see Sang-ho and Min-ji, and he's just glitching left, right, and center. I'm not really sure what was happening. He said that he's worried about leaving the whole show single, and I think that's what will happen for Sang-ho. She says apart from them being from the same province, that there's nothing that they have in common. So obviously, it's a no. Bowling Do, Jungmook, Yeomyoung, and Hyun-kyu. This was very interesting. The whole thing starts off, Jungmook is waiting at Do's door to pick her up and take her to the car. That was a very nice touch. He's been very attentive from episode 1. If you think about it, he has liked this girl for a long time and has always, been attentive of her needs. So they decide to do a competition at the bowling alley. Do and Jungkook get more intimate during the course of the game, and it's not like sexual or anything, but they're more, having private conversations and everything. And Yeon is getting more upset, and I'm like, what did you expect? I was like, what did she expect? Did she expect that he would come on a date with somebody else and then start chatting to her? Did she think that that's what it was? I'm very confused as to what this girl was expecting to happen throughout the entirety of this show. Like, I'm just, it baffled my mind, because she kept saying, at one point she was like, pay attention to us, root for us. And it's like, I get it that your own couple, you're not interested in him at all, but there's no way. Would you respect a man who goes on a double date with his own couple and then is now trying to get to know you during that? Would you respect a man like that? How do people think? Yikes. I don't know what she expected, but she kind of disappointed me throughout this episode. And it's like, that's what you get. I don't mean to be mean now. I don't mean to be mean. But I just thought it was a stupid plan from when she concocted it, considering how many dramas that she has probably watched. How many dramas that we've seen. I thought that it was a very stupid plan. Very stupid. So in the one-on-ones, because they're separated, she's like right there looking at them having their date on the opposite end of the restaurant and just getting more depressed and more depressed. She even opts to drink soju, and Hyun-ki was like surprised. He asked if there's someone specific that she likes. She doesn't name names, but she's trying to hint to him that, there is somebody maybe like in this vicinity. I don't know if he gets it. Do then chokes on some meat. I'm sorry, I'm a child. The slices were too big, so obviously Jungkook cuts it down for her. He does all these little things, where he treats her like a princess, and I think that's what she's looking for. Which I would have been happy that this would be a solid couple, but I know she doesn't like him. So is it disingenuous or is it ingenuine? Which one is the word, guys? Whichever it is duplicitous is what it is. I don't trust it and I don't like it. However, Jungkook chose his bed, so he gonna sleep in that bed. She tells us in the one-on-one that she's not thinking about Sungli throughout this date, which makes me think that she was thinking about Sungli, because it's different if the producers had asked her, did Sungli come to your mind? But no, she brought it up. At least I think she did. So which tells me that she was actually in fact thinking about Sungli. She doesn't look at Jungkook the way she looks at Sungli, or the way she looked at Sungli. I've not really seen them in a one-on-one scenario. Again, I would like to see them on another date just to see how she interacts with him, for me to be sure. So I can't really call Do out yet. But personally, I don't feel the attraction for her to Jungkook, which is like stupid, because he's a catch. The NTV dates, Jaehyun, Sungli, Jiyeon, and Sungchan, Jiyeon, and Minong. Minong grabs when they get on the ATV, Minong grabs Sungchan without hesitation. She's like, I'm not about to die today, so I'm gonna hold you. Seeing that Jiyeon grabs Jaehyun as well. Riding the ATVs helps Jiyeon defrost a little bit because she was so upset. But I think just being free, going through the, drive and everything kind of helped loosen those endorphins. So she started feeling better. Jaehyun was petrified on that ATV. He was fighting for his life on that ATV. This guy manages to make every scenario that he is in hilarious. The man did not like it at all. When they now sit down for their one-on-one, Jiyeon asks if he's interested in anyone else, and he kind of just blacks out for a bit and doesn't answer, then kind of awkwardly changes the subject. Oh, I was feeling bad for everybody during this conversation that they had here, guys. I was feeling bad for him, feeling bad for her, feeling bad for the cameraman, and feeling bad for myself, because this was one of the most awkward things I'd ever witnessed in my entire life, and it went from bad to worse. God have mercy. She brought up the date's choice and how it was embarrassing for her. He apologized and said that he should have brought it up first, but obviously it was an awkward situation and he thought that he could just pretend that it didn't happen. She then says, do you have any questions for me? Oh God. Guys, I didn't think it could get worse. I did not think it could get worse. But my man said, "What are you making for dinner?" Hi. God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said the poor boy, the poor girl, the poor camera crew. Lord have mercy. He said, "What are you cooking for dinner?" He was being super avoidant. And she was so mad. You know, one she said she asked him that because she thought that he would have any personal questions for her, and he's asking her what she's gonna be cooking. She was so sad. But then they get back to the villa and he starts to cry. He starts to cry, and I cried because I understand that level of discomfort. I understand it. I can empathize with it. He was feeling not only embarrassed, he was feeling guilty because he knows that he hurt somebody else. And now he's stuck in that circle where if he tries to fix it, it makes it worse. And then he goes back to feeling guilty because he hurt somebody. He tries to fix it, he makes it worse. Like, it's just the circle keeps circling. So he was crying. He skips dinner completely. He's wearing Jungkook's glasses at night. You just know that he's been crying, and there's just no other way to hide it. Minong did try to talk to him before he went in to start crying, but he couldn't hold it in anymore. My heart broke for him. I'm not even gonna lie. Did he put himself in this situation? 100%. But is it fair? No, because it's a very hard situation for him to be in. And he's almost in it alone too. There are no friends around. I don't know if he really had friends at home, if I'm being honest. So it's a very hard situation for him to be in. The girl he likes doesn't like him. The girl that likes him, he doesn't like. He doesn't know how to navigate any of these scenarios. It's an awkward thing. And I felt really bad for him, guys. Did I feel bad for Jiyeon? Very much so. Nobody should be made to feel that way. But I know that he didn't do it intentionally, which makes it even more difficult. I'm on both sides, guys. I'm on both sides. Yeon finally gets the courage to pull Jungkook from Do, it seemed, because I think Jungkook was talking to Do. She asks him on a date and says that he says that he wants to get to know everybody, but ... I'm like, did they cut out the rest of that conversation, or did he just not answer? Did he just stop it there? I don't know. I really don't know. She then tells him that she is most attracted to him, and they end the episode on her saying, "You're it for me." I wrote, yikes. Yikes. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think Yeon was very brave in this situation. Big ups to you, girl. It takes a lot of heart and courage to tell a guy that you like, who you know like somebody else extremely, that you like him and that he is it for you. But I think it's premature. Those words will just drive him further away because he's not interested in her. I feel like, if anything, Minong would probably be more of an option for him before Yeon. That's what I personally feel. We'll see how the episode develops. We'll watch episode 6 right now. I'm going to watch it right now and see what happened. But that was a statement to drop, and I feel like that is going to drive him further away. Man alive, what a good episode. Like I said, I got my brother and my husband hooked on it. I will be posting their reactions on Patreon. They will be free. When I do post it, I'll put a link in the next video, whatever video I start posting. Guys, I'm taking my time with this. I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered. I'm doing a lot. I cannot be bothered. But those reactions will get on Patreon eventually. And yeah, it's only my husband that's in frame for the most part. You would hear my brother off screen, and I will be off screen as well, but it should be fun. They seem the reactions yesterday, my husband was losing his mind, and I was like, it's just episode 1. You haven't even got to the embarrassing moments yet. What are you talking about, bro? I was laughing my head off. But it's been so good. I'm excited for episode 6, so I will see you guys in that one. Leave your comments, like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. Bye bye.